Hi everyone, this is Jordan from Rapido Trains Inc. and I'm back for another unboxing video. This week we have our all-new, redesigned from the ground up, HO scale RS-11 diesels. You may recall we did a first release back in, I believe it was 2019-2020, and those were somewhat difficult to take apart, as you may recall from Jeremy's lightsaber video. So these are actually redesigned. The shell comes off in one piece, just a couple of screws, take out the coupler boxes, and you're good to go. Now, first off, I've got the BN version of our RS-11. We're going to unbox that, and then we have a few other paint schemes listed here, or shown here. So we'll have a closer look at those in a sec. First off, we've got our new plastic sleeve there. Again, there's our RS-11 box with the beautiful line art. Of course, these come with ESU V5 decoders. Take the box off. There's our operating manual. Hey, a sticker. Got to keep that sticker factory busy. You've got your exploded parts diagrams, even more stickers. Take out the foam lid. First off, before we get to the model, you do have a couple of additional or optional parts in the poly bag. Each locomotive has a different poly bag of optional parts as appropriate for that road. So next, let's open up the unit. There we go. We'll slide it out of this secondary sleeve there. And there we go. And there is our Burlington Northern RS-11. I will mention that these weren't for Northern Pacific units, so there's the earlier NP version there, the original road number. And we've also done these in the BN patch-out numbers. This was just after the merger, before they had them repainted. But once again, looking at the details, we have that very distinctive NP steam locomotive style bell on the short hood. We have the brake wheel in the nose there, but there's actually a second version on some of the units that's recessed into the nose. We've done that as well. We've got the drop step. We've got the etched metal platforms on the pilot. Metal handrails, of course, along the sides. We've got the horn with the operating beacon on the roof, firecracker antenna, metal grab irons, dynamic brakes. We have the radiator grills on the side, as well as the roof fan with the etched metal detail on top there. Again, we have more wire grab irons on the end. You can see the sand filler hatch detail and the notches on the nose. As you can see, we've also got different fuel tanks on these locomotives. This was kind of the standard freight fuel tank there. But we also have, if you look at the let's grab the New York Central unit there. We've got the larger capacity fuel tank that the NYC units had. And we also have a third version of the fuel tank on the DWP and Central Vermont versions. This is actually an earlier production version of the RS-11s. First off, you can see the distinctive lightweight truck, which was more common on the Canadian RS-18s, on some versions of them anyhow. Other distinctive features, you have the dynamic brakes mounted in the short hood. This was an uncommon feature. I believe maybe only the DWP and later Central Vermont units had. Etched metal walkway treads. We've got see-through steps, also etched metal. Again, the metal handrails with plastic stanchions. Another distinctive feature on these units was the three-window cabs. Got the horn just behind the cab there. Get this kind of cool conical-shaped exhaust stack. And actually, just switching over to the Central Vermont unit, this is actually one of the former DWP units. They went to Central Vermont later. This is how they appeared in the 80s and into the 90s. You can see that different fuel tank again with the air tanks. We have the re-railers just mounted ahead of the trucks. And by this point, they also had the footboards removed, as this was later in their service lives after the footboards, I believe, had been banned by that point. Our RS-11s are packed with lots of different lighting and sound features, but I'm just going to go through a few of the key ones right now. So first off, we'll turn on the headlight, function 0. We have the number boards, which are already on, but you can toggle those on and off with function 19. We also have the directional class lights. We have white and green, so we turn that on with function 11. That goes off, and we click the function again, and that turns on the green section lights. Now, another feature that's really cool, specifically on the Northern Pacific and the BN unit as seen here, is the beacon, which is activated on function 17. Now next, let's go through some of the quick sound features here. We've got the horn on F2, the bell on F1. Now, of course, this is the very unique Northern Pacific style or steam locomotive style bell that was equipped on these. Then we'll turn it off there and you'll hear it trail off. And of course, we will activate the engine on function 8. As the unit moves along, you will have a look inside the cab windows and see all the dials and gauges on the control stand. And of course, there are many other sound options that come on your RS-11 locomotive. We've actually programmed several different horns and 2 different bell styles, which could be modified using CV settings. You can also modify the volume through CVs as well, if you'd like to raise or lower the volume. Of course, an RS-11 lighting demonstration wouldn't be complete without showing off the nickel plate unit and its Mars light. These models are actually shipping out right now, and we also have a couple other paint schemes we haven't shown, like the Seaboard and Main Central and Portland Terminal. Those are also shipping in this release. So make sure you see your dealer or you visit our website to order while supplies last. I believe these are going pretty quickly, so they might not be hanging around too much longer. So thanks once again for joining me for this look at our RS-11s. We will see you in the next unboxing video very soon. Bye now.
Lunatics!